everyone, and welcome back to the Year I Made It podcast. I am going to be talking actually a little bit differently. A lot of my episodes are talking about generally kind of like past experiences, whereas this episode is actually going to be a little bit more towards kind of what I want my future experiences to be like. And so this episode is actually going to be talking about a 2023 reset. I personally did this for myself kind of over the past probably like 2-3 weeks, really just little bits at a time, really going through and trying to figure out like, what is my life? What do I want it to be? I used to be a New Year's resolutions person. I'm not anymore. I'm not judging if you are, it just doesn't work for me. So what I like to do is actually kind of like set like goals, or like destinations, or like really a bunch of different things that are not necessarily like I'm gonna go to the gym twice a week. Like that's not really kind of what I do for the new year. So I'm gonna share a little bit about how I reset for 2023 and what that looks like. So I did a couple different lists because I'm a listy gal. So one thing that I did was I made a list for 2023 of just like a bunch of different categories of things that I wanted in my life. So I had everything from like daily habits that I wanted in my life, to bucket list things I want to do, to travel destinations that I want to go to career goals, creative goals, pretty much everything. And I really kind of like broke this down for myself in like a bunch of different ways, where I really kind of sat down and thought like a little bit about like one area of my life at a time, or kind of one area of 2023 at a time. And so another thing that I did is I wrote down, I literally just wrote down 2023 energy on a sheet of paper, and then I just wrote down all of the words that I wanted to have in 2023. And so some of the things I wrote down were love, gratitude, positive relationships, prayer, Godfidence, peace, contentment, rest, learning to let it go, financial freedom, therapy, reading, writing, healing, Bali, random place I want to go. And so it was literally just like a ton of different things that were like energy that I want to attract in 2023 and that I want to have for my 2023. So I did that, and then as I was doing that, I was kind of writing down just like daily gratitude. Like that's a positive habit that's worked really well for me. So I was writing down about daily gratitude, different things. One thing that I am not good about, but I would like to be better at, is daily gratitude journal. So actually writing down, normally I try to set a goal of writing down 3 things that I'm grateful for. And then normally by the time you get down to like 3 things that you're grateful for, you're like, oh wow, there's actually a lot of other things that I'm grateful for. Like, cool. And so that's just something that normally gets me just kind of started off on like a really positive set. And so as far as I wrote down things obviously about my sobriety, like I want to be able to like go a full year without alcohol and hit like that first big mile marker. So some of my 2023 resets were things like that. Literally just like that's something just kind of for me as a person. Obviously this was a goal for me for 2023, was to get comfortable with my story, to be comfortable sharing my story, and to hopefully kind of use that to help other people who are struggling or who maybe are unsure, or like, what the hell, why does everyone's life suck like but mine, or like everyone's life is great but mine, whatever it is, and to just let you know that it doesn't. Another thing I'm going to continue in 2023 is therapy. So I actually have a visit this week to actually follow up with my psychiatrist, and to talk about my head meds, as they call them, and to make sure like I'm just on the right, like the best medication for me. I'm still seeing a good therapist. And then a lot of kind of what I did when I was writing down these lists was I set like focuses and then like where to start. So like one example is like 2023, I wanted to be focused on self-care. So I wrote down like I have a facial membership that I do. I've been getting Botox. I love to get mani-pedis, but I gotta stop biting these nails. Like a little bit of everything. So it was like things that I wanted to do to take care of myself, things that I want to do as a person. Of course, I wrote things down in there about faith, just kind of how I want my faith journey to evolve. I wrote things down there about just my relationships that I want to have, how I want to build positive relationships, relationships that I want to put more time and energy into, what those look like. I wrote down places I want to go, like literally manifesting like vacations that I want to take. I wrote down random bucket list things I want to do. I want to learn to surf. Like, I don't know if I'll love it or hate it, but I at least want to take one surf lesson. Very weird particular thing, but that's something I want to do. I love snorkeling. I want to go snorkeling somewhere fun this year. I'm always on like a little journey to check as many states as I can off my bucket list. So I have some things like that in there. And then a big piece of it I have is like maintain my daily habits. So like working out, prayer, meditation, devotionals, reading, all of those sorts of things. So if you're looking to do like a reset, kind of how I started was I sat down and I decided what I wanted. So I kind of took that list of all those different words that I had just written down and then figured out like, okay, if I want these things, how do I bring them to life? And a lot of them were around peace and contentment in my life. And so I started to figure out like, okay, what are those daily habits? What are things that I can do that I would enjoy? What are things that I've been wanting to do? What are things that are kind of just like good for my soul? And then started to just think about things that I would really like to do, things that would make me happy, things that would bring me joy, things that are new experiences, things that are exciting, and then literally just like categorized it. And so another big takeaway for me for these was like these lists are things that I tried to make that are things like for me, like regardless of other people in my life in 2023, that these things are goals that I can make happen kind of no matter what. And so I think that's a big focus is don't make your goals around like you want to like find your Prince Charming and meet him because like you don't have any control over that. Like pick something that like you can actually directly impact and that's practical. So I had travel destinations on my list. I really want to go to Italy. I really want to go to Bali. I really want to go to Arizona. I really want to go to California. Pretty much everywhere. Like honestly, I want to go everywhere, but like those are some of like the like short-term destinations I was looking at wanting to go. Bucket list items, of course, snorkeling and going to a new ski spot and trying to take surf lessons are like random ones for me. Of course, my daily habits I mentioned, and then I have like career and creative outlets, like different things I want to accomplish in my career, different things I want to create like this, and kind of how I want those creative outlets to impact my life. So that is a little bit about how I reset for 2023. And I definitely spent like I didn't spend time doing this like all at once. I don't have a long attention span, that's why these episodes are short. But I would like sit down and I would do like one piece, and then like once I got bored or like my mind drifted somewhere else, then like I would come back to it when I felt like doing it again. I also have like a little daily meditation book, and so in this there's basically like exercises also that kind of help with this, where it will be like what things do you want to see evolve over your life in the next year, and then like I'm literally just like writing down what those answers are. So this is something that I'm still kind of working on, but I think really kind of my focus is just trying to like visualize the year in the life that I want for myself instead of just accepting what comes, and trying to take more control of my life. So that is a little bit about why I did this reset, kind of what that looks like, what some of my goals are, all that good stuff. So if you guys are doing a 2023 reset, if you're doing like whatever it is to prepare for the new year, drop your like recommendations below. Would love to see what other people are doing, kind of share amongst each other what we're all doing to take care of ourselves in the new year. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Year I Made It podcast. My name's Madison, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Happy healing, babes.